Welcome. My name is Rick Hausler, collaborator, innovator, and implementer. I've spent my career applying evidence-based principles and the latest technology to solve learning challenges. Please allow me to walk you through the design process I typically use, providing an example course, Green Digital Transformation. I start with a few questions. What is the overall goal? Who is the target audience? What are the learning outcomes? What behavior change are we trying to encourage? I gather answers to these questions into a design blueprint, which includes the needs analysis, learner profile, learning outcomes, assessment plan, and learning activities. The target audience for Green Digital Transformation is policymakers and practitioners who, if trained and empowered, can have a measurable impact on poverty reduction and job growth in low and middle income countries. I follow the Kirkpatrick model starting from the results. With the end goal in mind, having an efficient digital infrastructure, it's much easier to determine the desired behavior change, the ability to introduce and implement green policies, required learning to develop green policies, and a design that learners will agree is of high quality. It's important to identify critical behaviors that are specific, observable, and measurable that indicate progress toward the goal of the training program. For Green Digital Transformation, developing a strategy and plan were identified at the beginning of the project as key critical behaviors for learners to introduce and implement green policies. Now it's time to design and build the course. Following Gagne's events of instruction, I then mapped out the flow of the course, beginning with an introduction and an overview. For this course, the facilitator is not a full-time instructor, so the course needs to function as independently as possible. With this in mind, I introduced an AI avatar as a proxy to gain the learner's attention for the course. Although Maria only appears in the overview, if this approach is well received during pilot testing, additional HeyGen videos are planned for the other modules. Next, the course objectives are introduced. And an opportunity to stimulate prior knowledge by having learners engage with each other in a discussion forum. Peer-to-peer interaction will function as an important aspect of the learning. Digging into Module 1, which is an overview module, it begins with a video to again gain the learner's attention and add relevance. It demonstrates a real-life case study of a green digital city being built in Kenya. Module 1 learning objectives are presented. The required articles are then introduced to present new knowledge. An Articulate Rise presentation highlights the important elements of the practitioner's guides, which form the foundation of the learning. Since this is an overview module, the microlearning also introduces the 5 other deep dive modules. To practice, an assignment allows practitioners to apply the learning to their own context. The strategy they created is reviewed by the facilitator. It's designed to be an artifact. Artifacts created by learners can be strong connections between the learning happening during the training course and behavior change on the job. Feedback is provided in the form of the facilitator's grading based on the supplied rubric and comments. Next is a module conclusion. Digging into Module 2, it begins with a video to again gain the learner's attention and add relevance. It demonstrates a recent flood in Kenya and the impact it had on the digital structure within that country. The Module 2 learning objectives are presented. The required articles are then introduced to present new knowledge. An ArchSteps gallery creatively presents and provides learning guidance to what is the most important elements. A Kahoot quiz is a fun way to include gamifications of points in a leaderboard while allowing learners to practice and providing them feedback. An assignment allows policymakers to apply the learning to their own context by designing a resilient digital infrastructure plan. A sample is provided. Once submitted, the design is reviewed by a peer. The finished plan is intended to be another artifact. Additional articles are provided for more research. And a module conclusion. The next course event is to assess performance. The course closes with a final assessment to verify basic understanding of fact-based knowledge, and then a survey to gather feedback from the learners to inform course design revisions. Returning to the Kirkpatrick model, the key behavior change and critical driver was to make learners confident in introducing and implementing green policies. The artifacts the learners create act as a bridge to enhance retention and transfer as they return to their jobs. Thank you for watching.